First off, I want to give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father, and Yahushua is the true name of the only begotten Son, and they are exclusively for the 12 tribes of Israel, which are you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans, um, and their offspring, which are scattered across the four corners of the earth, you know, based on the father's lineage. You know, if your father goes back to a Negro, Latino, Native American, you are indeed an Israelite. You know, uh, you know, and in this video, I want to speak on this book I've been looking into, the Give Me Liberty. I got it from when I was at Santa Fe. Uh, you know, it details the wickedness of America. Even though it tries to sugarcoat some of the things, and it leaves uh, key events out, it goes into a lot. You know, you chew the meat, spit out the bones, as the elders and apostles of Great Millstone say. And I want to give a double honor to those men. That's who I learned the truth from. Great Millstone, GMS. Um, I know some videos I don't say it, but you know, double honors, salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well, who are the true elders of Israel today. Um, and I'm gonna start out. I'm gonna start out in the book. I'm gonna read it because this details um, how America, Babylon the Great, the so-called white man, the Edomites, they oppress the northern kingdom, which are the so-called Latinos and Native Americans. You know, Ephraim, Gad, Reuben, Issachar. You know, the so-called Mexicans, um, Naphtali. You know, all the northern kingdom. They oppressed them and ripped away their heritage from them. You know, they 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 came in peace, but secretly, you know, they were waging war against the northern tribes, and the northern tribes didn't know. They was causing division between the northern tribes and took advantage. Um, you know, they gave them blankets with syphilis. You know, they came over with diseases and then got them sick and struck and attacked after the natives, you know, the northern kingdom, taught them how to farm, you know, clothe, bathe, you know, all type of shit, man. Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is the devil, man. And sometimes in this book, he tries to make it seem like the so-called white man was the one helping the natives, which that's not the case. You know, the so-called white man was the one that lacked uh, 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 certain knowledge. He lacked it, and he gained it from the natives, the northern kingdom. And then once he gained it, he stabbed them in the back and raped and robbed and murdered. You know, he's a devil, man. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of. He's the wicked, and we're going to go into this account because he did this to the southern kingdom as well, the Negro, Latino, Native Slovakia. He did this to the southern kingdom as well, the Negroes, Jamaicans, and Haitians, man. He brought us over here on cargo slave ships, man. And what we're finna go into is how he sowed tares. He sowed his seed in our women, and that brought forth tares, man. Because you are what your father is, man. So those children that came of the white man raping our women are also Edomites, you know, and that's what we're gonna go into, man. And I'm read. This is Give Me Liberty, page 316, it's called this paragraph is called the Indian response. Speaking of Gad, by 1800, nearly 400,000 American settlers lived west of the Appalachian Mountains. They far outnumbered the remaining Indians, who seemingly irreversible decline in power led some Indians to rethink their opposition to assimilation. So, the Gad, man, they were after they got betrayed, man, they were weak. After they got poisoned, raped, robbed, pillaged, murdered. They were weak in number. Um, and so they, you know, you know, I guess they were trying to be wise, man, because they probably had children. Uh, you know, they probably wanted to, just end the war. Among the Creek and Cherokee, a group led by men of mixed Indian white ancestry, like Major Ridge and John Rose, enthusiastically endorsed endorsed the federal policy of promoting civilization, man. See, and this is what I'm talking about, how they sugarcoat shit and cap. Now, there is no mixed race. There's no such thing as mixed race. You are what your father is. These are tares that were among our people, man. Who may have looked like our people, but their fathers were Edomites. And they like they were their father, the devil, man. They were spewing lies, wickedness, and it influenced our people. Our people must have thought that they were of our people because they may have looked like them. See, that's where the saying goes, all skin folk ain't kin folk, man. That was them tares, man, among our people. They pushing their father's wickedness. Many had established businesses as traders and slave-owning farmers with the help of their white fathers, man. See, that's these tares, man. So just like it's tares among the Negroes, during slavery when they raped our women, they produced tares. It's also tares amongst Gad and Issachar and the Northern Kingdom, man. So that's where you get the parable of the wheat and tares, man. We have tares amongst our nation that may look like us, but indeed they're Edomites, man. They're children of the wicked one, the so-called white man, Esau. Says many had established businesses as traders and slave-owning farmers with the help of their white fathers. Their views, in turn, infiltrated nativists. See? And that's what the so-called white man does. He infiltrates, man. That's what he does to these other countries, man. He puts up these puppet leaders who indeed may be Edomites, man. Their line may go back to Edomites, man. They might just look like a so-called Chinese, so-called Haitian, so-called Arab, It may look like these other nations, but their father's lineage goes back to the Edomites, the so-called white man. That's what he does, man. He infiltrates. Just like he has some of the camps. He might have undercover brothers in GMS, IUIC, Sakari. He's an infiltrator, man. That's why some of these men who call themselves apostles and elders, in the camps, they might be spies, because they be pushing weird doctrines, man. Infiltrated, man. Doing weird shit, man. Misleading the sheep. And this is all a tactic of Esau, Edom, the devil, man. He does these things. See, their views in turn infiltrated nativists who wished to root out European influence and resist further white en- encroachment on Indian lands. So, the Northern Kingdom, they wanted Esau to fuck up out of there, man. But you had these tares amongst them that infiltrated and carried out the bidding of their fathers, you know? Just like they do today, man, in these different countries and in these different organizations, man. The period from 1800 to 1812 was an age of prophecy among the Indians movements for the revitalization of Indian life across for the revitalization of Indian life arose among the Creeks, Cherokees, Shawnees, Iroquois, and other tribes. Handsome Lake of Seneca, who had overcome an earlier addiction to alcohol, preached that Indians must refrain from fighting, gambling, drinking, and sexual promiscuity. You see how they try and paint the picture of Gad just being, you know, fucking a sloth and a drunkard, but that's not what our people were, man. Our people were creative, man. Our people were farmers and tillers. They had agriculture, man. They had the buffalo, man. They had they had kingdoms, man. But Esau puts this picture of Gad being a savage. That's why he called them Indians. They're the devil, man. And then he sowed his seed when he raped, robbed, and pillaged our people, and he got them to carry out his fucking wickedness, man. To infiltrate, Gad and the Northern Kingdom, and to cause them to submit, man. Just like they do today, man. Esau won't push his agenda by himself. He'll grab Jake to do it. He'll grab one of the Israelites to do it. He'll grab them up from the hood, pay them money, put chains and gold all on them, and have them carry it out. That's exactly what he was doing here. Except he raped, robbed, murdered. And those babies from the rape he did were tares. They were of his people, because you are what your father is. But they may have looked like our people. So he used that to his advantage. He had them influence our people and infiltrate. See? He believed Indians could regain their autonomy without directly challenging whites, submitting, or repudiating all white ways. And he urged his people to take up farming and attend school, man. That's bullshit, man. See? That's bullshit, man. Our people were already farming before they got here, man. And then the school, man. Who the fuck was teaching? The so-called white man. Just like how, what does this make you think of, man? It makes you think of fucking Martin Luther King, man. Martin Luther King was paid by the Rothschilds and Rockefellers. I did a video on that, and it got took down, man. So this is a tactic Esau has always used, man. He sows his wicked seed amongst us, these tares, and they mislead us, or he'll pay a fucking degenerate of our people. He'll pay a traitor of our people. Like how they did with Martin Luther King, man. Martin Luther King was a sellout, man. He was paid by the Rockefellers and Rothschilds, man. You can look it up, man. You can look it up, man. I did a whole video on it, and it got took down. But this brings me to the parable that Yahushua did. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13, verse 24. Another parable put he forth unto them, saying, The kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. But when the blade was sprung up and brought forth fruit, then appeared the tares also. So the servants of the house holder came and said unto him, Sir, didst not thou sow good seed in thy field? From whence then hath it tares? He said unto them, An enemy hath done this. The servants said unto him, Wilt thou then we go and gather them up? But he said, Nay, lest while ye gather up the tares, ye root up also the wheat with them. Let both grow together until the harvest. And in the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers, Gather ye together first the tares, and bind them in bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn, man. You know? And he explains the meaning behind the parable. If you go down to verse 36, then Yahushua sent the multitude away and went into the house, and his disciples came unto him, saying, Declare unto us the parable of the tares of the field. He answered and said unto them, He that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man. So Yahushua is the Son of Man. He sowed the seed. The field is the world. The good seed are the children of the kingdom, the Israelites. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. And who is that wicked one, man? You go to Malachi, verse chapter 1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahweh. Yet ye say, Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord Yahweh? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So Esau, Edom is the wicked one. Back to Matthew 13. But the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. The harvest is the end of the world, and the reapers are the angels. As therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of the world. And this makes you think of 2nd Ezra. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? And he says that the tares are going to be gathered up and burned. What does that make you think of? That makes you think of Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua have spoken it. So this is prophecy, man. You know, this is clearly breaks down, man. You know, those tares are the Edomites, the so-called white man. And we read in the book of Give Me Liberty that they've done this, man, to the northern and southern kingdom, man. They raped our women and brought forth seed, which are tares, man. You are what your father is. Those are Edomites, man. Read the book of Numbers, man. You know, you determine the pedigree by the house of their fathers. Look it up in the book of Numbers. You know, and the Lord has a vendetta with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, with Babylon the Great. You know, because of what they done, man. You know, they raped, robbed, and murdered and lied, man. And they hid our heritage from us. You know, they touched the apple of the Lord's eye. See, uh, see, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2, and I'm gonna start at verse 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. And where are we at? Judah and Israel, the southern and northern kingdom, the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. The bulk of us are in captivity here in America, Babylon the Great, which is North America. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith the Lord Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith the Lord. Deliver thyself, O Zion. Zion is speaking of Israel, monument of Yahweh, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. And the daughter of Babylon, according to Psalms 197. No, 137. Salakia. According to Psalms 137. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast rewarded us. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones. So that's these Edomites, man. Back to Zechariah. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. And who spoiled the Negro, Latino, Native Americans? The Edomites, the daughter of Babylon, the so-called white man. The Trail of Tears, the Alvarado Massacre, Jim Crow, Black Wall Street, Atlantic slave trade, slavery, you know, all these things, man. During the Greek captivity with Antiochus, man. All that, man. After the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you toucheth the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua of hosts have sent me. And this is speaking of when Yahushua returns and redeems Israel. You know, and as he said in the parable in Matthew 13, he says the harvest is the end of the world. And he's going to send the reapers, the angels, to gather up the tares, the wicked one, and cast them into the fire to be burnt. So they're going to be spoiled, man. They're going to be destroyed. And as we read in Obadiah, chapter 8, verse 18, there will be no more remaining from the house of Esau, because Jacob's going to be a fire and Joseph a flame. We're going to burn them up, man. See, and it shows you, man, that these are talking about the Edomites, the so-called white man, the shit that we just read that they did to the Native Americans, the Aztecs, Issachar, the Mexicans, um, 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 the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, what they did to us, man. They gotta pay, man. They stole this land by bloodshed. They came and built this land off the blood, sweat, and tears, of the Negroes, Latino, Native Americans, all of us, man. See, Micah 2:2. And during doing that, man, they stole our heritage, man. You got these so-called white men in our land too today, pretending to be us, man, blaspheming our power, Yahweh Bashem Shah. You know, you know, they crucified our Lord here spiritually as well, putting up Caesar Borgia, changing his name to Jesus, putting up an image of Caesar Borgia, a so-called white man with dog hair, man, who was wicked, man. They replaced the prophets with white men. You know, they replaced the Father Yahweh with a white man. See, they blasphemed, man. They have to pay for this shit. This is Micah 2:2. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And this is speaking to the elite as of today, the 13 banking families, the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and DuPonts. You know, they carry out these different think tanks and different wicked agendas. They spray chemtrails, poison our food, put lead in the water, make GMOs. You know, Agenda 201, they're dishing out these different biochemicals, these pestilence. They're making them in labs, man. These unrighteous decrees, these mandates. They're going to come down with martial law soon. These quarantine FEMA camps. Man, it's wickedness, man. And they do it because it's in the power of their hand. As it says in Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. See? But they're being revealed, man, and the Lord is coming back to render recompense, judgment. Going on to Micah 2:2. And they covet fields and take them by violence. That's how they got this land, America, by stealing it from the northern kingdom of Israel, the Latino and Native Americans. And houses and take them away, so they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's what they did with us, man. They called us niggas, specks, Latinos, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, Jamaicans, Negroes. They stole our heritage, man. But this is their judgment. Going on to verse 3. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, against this family do I devise an evil, from which ye shall not remove your necks, neither shall ye go haughtily, for this time is evil. See? And when this judgment come, man, you Edomites, you so-called white man, y'all ain't gonna be so proud, man. That's what's coming, man. Judgment, man. As it says in the parable, man, y'all gonna be gathered up and burned, man. But before you get burnt and destroyed, you gonna be a spoil to us. You gonna be servants. That's the judgment, man. What y'all did to us, how y'all rewarded us, we gonna serve y'all 10 times more. As it said in Psalms. So Esau Edom is being found out. He's being discovered. And redemption is coming to the children of Israel, which are you Negro, Latino, and Native Americans and their offspring. And with that being said, keep the faith. Shalom.